You already know how this thing goes. We go all around the world, smoking coast to coast, keeping familia along, so let's raise a toast. Never stopping and never slowing, yeah, we do the most. It's high tide now, keep that bass down low. The calling man help with the mic control. All revved up and I'm in the mood. Let me tell you what I wanna do.
Alright, so here we are going down the rope, the anchor line, and then as you can see, it just goes off into the abyss. And then here's Dan loading up his big spear gun. And so me and Dan buddied up. We've been good buddies for I think 6 years now, diving and hunting, having a lot of good stories. Also, here's a lingcod next to a bunch of squid eggs. That's what those white things are. And so it looks like it's kind of small, so I let it swim off, especially because we're looking for halibut. And then there's Dan way off in the distance. I told him to get back here. And I want to give a shout out to Seawolf. Happy birthday. Thanks for taking us out. We always have a blast, man. And so here I am looking again for halibut. And so here's a lingcod. Here's my first kill shot. So I'm using Dan's pole spear, and because I actually left mine behind and my buddy has it. But look, the tip on this, the tip on this is only 6 inches long, and I'm used to 12 inches, and this thing is barely through the lingcod. As you can see, it looks like I have no tip on the end of that pole spear. Very, very small. And plus the band on that thing, the rubber band on the back, was for an extra small pole spear. So when I pulled it back to shoot it, it only goes like a foot. So it's not my normal pole spear. So the reason I'm giving excuses is because you'll see this pole spear barely moves, and I shot a freaking fish and it got off. You'll see. So here's another one. Boom, got him, right? Got him with the 6-incher. Oh, and it gets off. And so normally I'd leave it because I'm looking for halibut, but you know what? I don't want an injured lingcod out there, so I cocked back the pole spear, the 6 inches that I have, and I'm looking for it. There it is. So I'm like, I'm gonna get you. So look, I gotta get real close. You see how the pole spear only moved like less than a foot? So I gotta get really close, and so I got him, and then you'll see me take him and put him on my stringer. And look at all these fish. It's like a whole new world down here. I'm telling you, it's like a different dimension. It's amazing. So I'm putting the fish on. He's bleeding out. And I think there's another one on the ground over there. But just having a blast. Just the time of my life. Every time I go down here. See, look. Yep, there's another one. But I have my limit, so I got my 2 lingcod. Oh, so here's the story, right? So I see Dan, and I'm trying to get his attention because I see a pretty big halibut. And he has the spear gun, and I have this pole spear that isn't really doing me justice right now. So I'm trying to get his attention with my light, and he just swims off. So I'm like, there's the halibut. Dan, where you at? Come back. Dan. And then now he's gone. So now I'm by myself, right, with this pole spear that I'm not used to, that only shoots about 6 inches to a foot with a 6-inch tip, and I'm used to 12-inch with a big rubber band. So I'm like, all right, well, see, I cock it back the 6 inches I have on the little rubber part, and so I'm like, all right, just me and you, here we go. And now look, it slips out of my hand, and I'm like, shit. So I just stab it, but when I stabbed it, I didn't get it perfectly center, so guess what? It got off. You'll see my pole spear here, the tip, there's no halibut. So I see where it swam off, and this is where my heart starts racing, and I start kicking. And normally I kick slow, I'm looking, I'm hunting. Right now it's on a recovery mission. GoPro's upside down, I don't care. I'm just looking for it, right? I'm kicking. It seems like it's forever. But you'll see, I want to have this one continuous shot because I want you to see what I went through. So I'm looking for it. Ah, there it is. I'm pointing at it. And at the same time, Dan, my buddy, starts coming back. And now I'm excited. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get this thing. Now it's revenge. Now it's not even a matter of whether he gets it or not. I have to get it. So I'm like, oh, well, here's my GoPro. Give me a good shot of this thing. And so now I know I just have to hold on to the pole tighter. And there you go. Boom, right in the head. So I know the rule, one shot. But sometimes it's harder with 2 shots. And now here I am wrestling this big halibut. And my buddy Dan's getting the good GoPro footage. And so I have the 2 ling caught on my stringer. And you'll see this halibut just bleeding out. I shot him right in the head. And oh man, it's just crazy. And this is great white infested territory we're at. This is not normal areas that we go. And this is where there's a ton of great whites. So I was told. I haven't seen one in this area. So now here I am putting it on. Boom, just like a professional. Now I'm stoked. I got a big halibut. My limit on ling cod. Let's see what I do here. Oh, yep, showing it off. Blood spurting, spewing out of it. And look, I just pull the pole spear out. And see that little tiny rubber band? It's supposed to be a little bit bigger than that. That's what I was talking about. So now I'm happy. I got my halibut. It didn't get away. 2 holes in it. And look at all this blood. And that's red, bright red blood just pouring out. Now here I am swimming back to the boat, and that's Dan underneath with the bubbles coming up. And next is going to be our second dive after a little break. So here's the second dive. I got stung in the face by this jellyfish right around the mouthpiece, so I figured I'd give it a nice little shout out and video. And then I saw, when I say a different world, it's like a different dimension, I'm telling you. Look at this. Where do you see stuff like this on land? You just don't. It's like you're in the Monterey Bay Aquarium, right? And so I get a little close-up of this crazy little thing. It's like I feel like Avatar, right? So here's another ling, but I already have my limit, so I look at it. It's a nice one, too. Nice legal-sized ling. Let it swim off majestically. And now, here's another ling chilling. And so Dan, I believe, is going to try to shoot this one. Oh, and that one had a head of steel and just ricocheted off. And so I don't know what they're doing in the sand, maybe spawning or having babies or whatever they're doing. So I see another one, and of course, since I have my limit, I just let it majestically swim off peacefully. And there's that one again. I think it's looking at us like, hey, why'd you try to shoot us? And so I just let it swim off. But it's funny because now you see it, here it is again. Hold on. Yep, there it is. See, I could have easily shot that thing. And that's a nice legal size. And there's Dan reloading his gun, while the ling cod looks at him saying, you missed me. And so then we just continue on looking for halibut, because that's what we're here for. But see, look, I could have shot that thing. Just let him go. Swim off, little buddy. Go off, babies. And so here we are. Oh, I think this is where we see, this is where we see the second halibut. And I spotted it, and it was a smaller one, so I tried to do the famous halibut stab. And when I say tried, you'll see here I didn't succeed, but it was still worth it. It was still fun. And me and Dan, we dive all the time. We have our freezers full of fish. So we decided, hey, hold the GoPro, Dan. I'm gonna get out the knife, and let's try to get some good footage for everybody on the group. And so now I throw down the pole spear. I have the knife in hand. I'm coming at the halibut, and this thing's buried. I'm, surprised I saw it. You can barely see it. And then I'm coming down to stab it. I think we need to just be a little bit farther away on the GoPro, because look, I'm about to stab it, and then it takes off. And then here I am like, oh, damn it, I missed. And then we never found that one. But I'm coming back up on the rope I found it this time. Thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe to Seawolf, and hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. I'm having so much fun it should be illegal, I'm telling you. But stay blessed, and like this video, share it, and tell all your friends about the group. Peace.